Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gentle Dog Trainers channel. I'm your host Olivia De Santos and I will be joined by my co-hosts very shortly. They are having a nap. I don't want to disturb them. Today we are talking about how much food you need to give your adult dog. And next week we'll be talking about how much food you need to give your puppy. So if you want to raise happy, healthy and well-behaved dogs, then please do subscribe to this channel for new videos every single week and click that notification bell so that you always know when we upload. So let's dive into this topic. How can you tell how much food you're meant to be giving your dog, since there is such a huge range of sizes of dogs out there? Well, it's quite simple for adult dogs. You need to go off of the weight of your dog as an adult. So generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, it's about 1/3 a cup of dry food for every 5 kilos of your dog. I hope that makes some sort of sense. I'm going to walk you through a rough guideline of how many cups of dog food, dry dog food, you should be giving your dog depending on how much they weigh, and then we'll talk about the variations at the end. So let's start with tiny dogs. Tiny or mini dog breeds that are under 1.5 kilos can have 1/3 of a cup a day. Small dogs that are 5 kilos can have 3/4 of a cup per day. Medium dogs that are 10 kilos can have 1.5 cups per day. Medium dogs that are 15 kilos can have 1 3/4 cups per day. Larger dogs that are 25 kilos can have 2.5 cups per day. Large dogs that are 30 kilos can have 3.5 cups per day. And giant dogs that are 40 kilos and up can have 4 cups per day. Now, it's important to recognize that the way that you divide this is into 2 meals per day. Most adult dogs should have 2 meals per day, in the morning and in the evening. This should be fine for your dog's energy levels, and my dogs in particular have a snack in the midday, but that's just been a normal part of their routine since they were young. So dividing that guideline into 2 portions per day should be perfectly fine for your dog. Now, how do you know if you're feeding your dog too much or not feeding them enough? Let's start with too much. If your dog is being fed too much, they might become overweight. You'll see that they are sluggish and that they have gained a lot of fat. Your vet should be able to tell you whether it's a dangerous amount of weight or not, and if you need to reduce the amount that you are feeding your dog. Another way to tell that you are overfeeding your dog is if there is a ton of leftover food after you fed them in the morning or evening. If they are not actually eating all of the food that you are giving them, then you're probably giving them too much. Remember that the guidelines that we are giving you are just guidelines. Your dog is an individual, as well as the breed might be a little bit different, so do bear this in mind and treat your dog like an individual. If your dog is underweight, then you'll notice that they will lose a lot of weight, but you'll also notice different behaviors. For example, destructive chewing. We did do a video on how to stop your dog from destructive chewing, but extra hunger and lack of nutrients is an actual cause of destructive chewing. It may take to trying to eat shoes and blankets and things like that because they are not eating enough. Another way to tell that you're not feeding your dog enough is that they are stealing food or begging for food. If they are stealing or begging for food, and this is a clear sign that they are not being fed enough, do check that they are getting their nutritional requirements every day before you rule it out as them just being naughty. Remember that if there's any huge weight discrepancies with your dog, so if they gain a ton of weight or lose a ton of weight very, very suddenly, or if they display any sort of begging behaviors or stealing, even though they are getting the right amount of food every day, then do consult your vet. They are the best person to advise you on whether you are feeding your dog properly or not. I've been Olivia De Santos for the Gentle Dog Trainers channel. You should check out this video next, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.